Welcome to your community. This is your hometown. This is Walton Entertainment. This is where you can hear from the community and those making a difference. We explore topics, local festivals, arts and entertainment, and local news. For this program and much more, visit us online at yourlocalstream.com. That's yourlocalstream.com.
We're here at the Battle of the Bands in Loganville, and as you can see, there's I think 5 bands here to participate. Zoom in on some of them.
But on Thursday, everybody's got to work the next day. JD's are
Principal is Mr. Lindsay Allen. Band leadership includes Band Captain Will Hollingsworth, Brass Captain Ella Whitaker, Woodwind Captain Shelby Redding, Color Guard Co-Captains Emma Kelly and Kylie Alligood, Percussion Captain Jesse Chipman, Flute Section Leader, Alyssa Menendez. Clarinet and Saxophone Section Leader, Cece Ash and Adrian Garcia. High Brass Section Leader, Joe Fields. Low Brass Section Leader, Daniel McCormick. Their show is titled Conquer. Music selections include Chorale and Alleluia, Journey of Man, Flying, Ka, Battlefield, and Night Watch. Drum majors Audrey Ta and Colton McDuffie. Is your band ready? Marching Warrior Band, you may take the field for performance.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm John Howard. I'm the mayor of the city of Monroe. I'm with Catherine and Lionel. They are the bosses at the lovely Eulalia building I'm here at Meadows Surgical Arts with Lionel and Catherine. They're the bosses of this place and a bunch of beautiful people behind me, and they all looked like me before they got here. So this is for all your beauty needs. They do things like Botox. They do
fillers, cosmetic surgery.
Clearly, some of us don't know the cosmetic terms, but we're really glad they've come to be part of the city of Monroe, and in our downtown just keeps getting better and better. We're glad you're here. You want to cut for us?
Good deal. Yes, sir. Thank you. Hello. Hey there. Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Lionel Meadows, and we're here at our grand opening of Meadows Surgical Arts in Monroe. We're here on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays currently. Probably going to expand to more days because those hours are getting full. I also have locations in Commerce where we do our cosmetic surgery, and also in Beaufort as well. Currently employ 30 employees. Actually have a total of about 4 that we're now employing down here in the community of Monroe. Monroe has been really warm to us already. Again, our schedule's full. Thank you so much. And obviously we got a great turnout this evening. So again, thank you for coming out to Meadows Surgical Arts at Monroe. Phone number is 678-541-0339, or you can go to the website. Any email that goes through the website is going to come directly to me.
And do they need an appointment?
Yeah, absolutely. You will need an appointment. Sometimes we can get you in same day. Thankfully, we're blessed to be pretty busy, but usually can at least get you in within the same week.
Here at Don Carter State Park, there are a lot of camping facilities. I think there's 43. They're all paved, as you can see. And the only thing is they're a little bit close compared to some other camping areas, but it is a very nice place. They have got full facilities. They've got electricity, water, and gray water discharge. There are several areas in this campground that have restrooms and showers. In the men's there's 2 showers, and the women's 2 showers, and they have a family that has a shower in it. So there's a lot of convenience here to the campground, and you'll see that it's pretty full today. There are a lot of trails around here to walk around the Chattahoochee. And you can see the labeled real well which way to go. And you have a few creeks around when you're walking the trails. And here on our hiking trail we have another bridge. And here's a day use area that is really nice. Everything is well maintained and is very clean. This is Don Clark State Park up here. As I was saying, this is north of Gainesville. I would say about 10 miles north of Gainesville. Here at the Don Carter campground here just north of Gainesville. Nothing like a good fire at night to kind of warm you up on a cold night. It's definitely keep you warm on a cold afternoon in October. The Don Carter campground has some of the neatest things for the children to do, like this slide is, I'll show you right here, looks like a hollowed out log. That is so cute. And then over here are these things they can climb that look like trees. And then here's a seesaw that looks like a bug. The kids, I think, will totally enjoy this campground because there's so many unique things for them to play on. In the summer, this is where you can go swimming and also rent kayaks and canoes at this area. Has a nice sandy beach here, and the scenery around here is just absolutely beautiful. They have a few picnic tables around here and some grills. Like here's a grill, there are the picnic tables. I'll shoot one right up there in the woods. Then it's got this pavilion right here that's sheltered. Also has a big cooking area right over there. Let me get in on that. So this is really a nice state park, and then the restrooms you can see back there in the back. So if you get a chance, hour, 15 minutes from Monroe, you could come here and enjoy Don Carter State Park. When you travel around, you see all kinds of guards for trailer hitches. We're at the A.H. Stevens State Park, not far out of Washington, Georgia, and not too far off of Interstate 20. And it's a very nice campground. One thing that's unique about this campground is right in the center of it is this, what I call a light tower, but it was actually designed to put water so they'd have water pressure to the different sites around here. Now this is a distant shot of the campground, and you see the tower there in the center. As you can hear, this is really a quiet campground. This is my second time here, and it is a very quiet campground. If you like to walk, there's some paved roads in the area that are really nice to walk on, and there is just no traffic on these paved roads, so you can just have a good time. Big wide area to walk on. And this is the fire and water tower. Inside the tower here was a manager's room. Very small, but of course this tower is not the biggest thing. But this was FDR, the CCC built this, and that's why his picture is here. Quite a few steps to get up through here. Go out the door here and look down, and then we'll look up. And as we come up, here's the water container. See up here, I don't know if you can get a very good look at it, but the water container, and this is where the water was brought up here, and then then going from here down gave the pressure to all the residents around. And this is up at the top looking down on the water tank. As you can see, this thing was huge. And this was the firefighters that they use this as observation to look for fires. And as you can see, I'm going to look out each one of the windows. I mean, the view from up here is just fantastic here over the campground. And we'll zoom in over there on our camper. This is fabulous to be able to come up. They don't unlock this. Very seldom is it unlocked. So we really think this is a privilege today to be able to come up in the tower here at A.H. Stevens campground. Trying to give you an idea of this little viewing area up here at the top. It's not very big, but it does give you a nice view. And then as you look down, just the next floor is, as you can see down there, it's the top of the water tank right there. This is just a fabulous view from up here. I've been at this campground before, about 3 years ago, and just didn't realize what a view you could get from this tower. Well, I counted 66 steps up to the top of this tower. And of course, this was built by the Civilian Conservation Corps, the CCC. And this is the outfit that they had. Basically, blue jean shirt, and a blue jean hat. This is the way it should be for government money, is you have to work to get it. This was a great concept. To get people working. This is March the 17th, St. Patrick's Day, and we're downtown Washington, Georgia, and as you can see, they've got their fountain here all green for the occasion. And just had to show you they've got the greenest grass for the occasion too, celebrating St. Patrick's Day. There are antique shops also around. And here's another antique shop with a lot of goodies here. Now, if you're in Washington and want to eat, a very unique place is the Hot Box. It's basically in a parking lot right here. Let me show you. Here's the parking lot. You can't miss it. It's bright yellow, and you can eat outside. So I would highly recommend you coming and checking this place out. This is Paul Mullins with Walton Entertainment. This is Paul Mullins, and I just had the brisket sandwich here, and I'm going to turn it over to the head man here, and he's going to tell you about a little more what they have to offer.
Hey guys, welcome to the Hot Box in downtown Washington. Hope y'all can come visit us sometime. We are so proud of our customers. We have wonderful 5-star reviews for everything from our brisket tacos, our grilled and blackened salmon, wonderful power salads. So follow your taste buds. Take a look at our menu. It's online on Facebook, the Hot Box Washington, Google, and Yelp, and we welcome you to come visit us. Thank you.
And I highly recommend it. Thank you. And the murals here in this town are really fabulous. They're very well made, very creative, and they're all around in the different buildings here in town. This is Ace Hardware, and as you can see, it's set up like the old Ace Hardwares from back in the 50s and 60s. The paint up there.
Thank you.
And this Ace Hardware here in Washington, Georgia has got the newest stuff and all, and then they've got things in here that I haven't seen in a long time. I believe if you had a old plumbing problem or something from back in the 50s or 60s, I'm pretty sure they could really get that solved for you. But this just reminds you of the way the stores were back in the 50s and 60s. And I just found out that this particular store was the #1 Ace Hardware in Georgia. This was the first Ace Hardware that opened in Georgia. Fitzpatrick Hotel, 1898. This hotel had 2 entrances. It had the main entrance, and then it also had an entrance for the ladies of the night to come in and be unseen. So we've got a lot of history here at the hotel. Hope you've enjoyed this tour of Washington, Georgia. This is Paul Mullins with Walton Entertainment.
I call them the peace out generation. Which, by the way, my college freshmen told me, they're like, Dr. Furman, that's like so not cool anymore. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Like drop the mic? Like what? And they're like, just don't do anything. Like just say peace out. I like doing that. They're the peace out generation, because if they're not happy, they're out. If they're not happy at work, they're quitting, and they don't even give you 2 weeks notice. If they don't like you, they're breaking up with you, and they don't even tell you. Because what's that called, y'all? Ghosting. They're gonna totally ghost you. Gen X isn't happy, they go home, they bitch about it, they write like 6 resignation letters to themselves, they get up the next morning, put their pants back on, and like they go to work, right? Not them. They're not happy, they're out. And that is why a lot of them are resigning during this great resignation, because if they don't feel like you care about them, they're out. And this is where the big disconnect is. The way that they want to be cared about is different than how you think they want to be cared about, okay? So let's take a look at them here real quick. Let's talk about what they lived through growing up so you understand their lens. My yellows, how old were you when 9/11 happened? Whoever said 18, you're probably more of a cusper and you're demonstrating more Gen X tendencies. The rest of you who are like 15 and younger, so I heard 7, 8, 11, okay? How old were you when Columbine happened? That was 98. 8, 6. Okay? I have my cusper over here. What were you told was going to happen on December 31st, 1999? Okay, so I want you all to think about this. This generation, as young children, had a terrorist attack on U.S. soil that we were told was never going to happen again since Pearl Harbor. They suddenly had these mass school shootings. You were told that the end of the world was going to happen on New Year's Eve. You had Al Gore telling you that the hole in the ozone layer was so big that you were going to have to wear sunblock and sunglasses every single time you went outside. You saw your parents who were solely committed and loyal to that one organization. They let them go. They lost their job, they lost their pension, and they're having to work longer. I want you all to think about this. And so their boomer parents became helicopter parents, and they hovered because life was scary. Can you blame them? Look what they lived through as children. They were old enough to know that scary things were going on, but they weren't emotionally mature enough to process it. And because of that, they are not aspiring for career success. They're not aspiring for job security. Oh, heck no. They aspire for freedom and flexibility because they're living for today because they don't know where tomorrow is going to look like. And that's where you have the big clash between Gen X and millennials, okay? So their communication preference is text or social media. I thought they were going to grow more thumbs because they text away. And their decision-making authority is they want decision-making input. That was important to them. So all of us are in these meetings, and they're standing outside the door going, ooh, can I get in that meeting? And we're all like, really? And they're like, well, yeah, because I can make better decisions than all of you in that room. And it's because growing up, they were given decision-making authority. K through 12 gave them options. Do you want this or do you want this? I even think about vacations, okay? My mom said to me, get your ass in the back of the station wagon. Do y'all remember station wagons riding backwards? I was like car sick all the time. And we get in the car and she says, we're going on vacation. So I'm like, okay, Ma, where are we going on vacation? And she's like, we'll figure it out when you get there. And we go like 2 towns over. And I'm like, Ma, I thought we were on vacation. And she says, we're not home, are we? If we're not home, we're on vacation. Fast forward, boomers texting their kids, family meeting, 6 o'clock dining room. So you all get together. Yeah, how many of you have family meetings? Yeah, you know you have them. And they're like, honey, where would you like to go on vacation this year? Should we go to the beach? Should we go to Disney World? Or I even think about breakfast, y'all. So my mom said to me on her way out to work, there's cereal in the cupboard, help yourself, where the millennials are coming into the kitchen and mom and dad are like, honey, what would you like for breakfast? And y'all, I saw it. I saw it with my sister, who's a millennial. They're like, would you like cereal or toast or pancakes? And I'm like, pancakes? I had pancakes on Christmas morning, if I was lucky, right? So they had choices. So now they're showing up to your workplaces wanting choices, and you want to know what Gen X is doing to them? Y'all ready? Y'all familiar with the Heisman? They're like, eh. And like, oh, but I have this really good idea. Eh. Well, why can't we do this? Eh. And they're like, eh. How many letters do you have after your name? Eh. How long have you been with this organization? Eh. What's your student loan debt ratio that I'm still paying off, right? And when Gen X does this, they do this. And that's why when organizations hire me and give me this money and say, come in and fix our damn millennials, I say to them, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna come, but I end up spending all of the time working with my Gen X managers, okay? They are 36% of the workforce and they're growing exponentially. By 2025, they will be 75% of the global workforce. So you need to get on board or you need to jump ship. Because if you don't, you're gonna either sink your ship or they're gonna walk you off the plank. Because they are massive disruptors. That's an academic term. They're changing how everything is done. Why do we have a 5-day work week? Why do we work 40 hours a week? Why are there banker hours? Why do I have to dress professionally? Why? And if because you say, because I said so, or that's the way we've always done it, they're out. They're massive disruptors, and you gotta be worried about that piece out, okay? So let's quickly go through Gen Z. I call them the meh generation, M-E-H-H. They're really not fazed by anything. They grew up during the Great Recession, like, meh, what's the big deal? They only know a world with terrorism in it, like, meh, what's the big deal? Like, blow yourself up, like, clean it up, like, come on, let's keep going. You know, like, same-sex marriage, what's the big deal? Why do people care, right? They've seen a black president. They've now seen a woman vice president. They only know a world with social media. But here's what's significant. This is going to be the first generation where the Caucasian generation becomes the becomes the minority population in America. And they are so dialed into security and stability and diversity, equity, and inclusion. If you are not being inclusive and seeing people as individuals, they're going to call you out on it, and they're not afraid to do it, okay? Their communication preference, virtual, because they keep reinventing it. They're not texting. What are they doing? It's all videos, yeah. And they yearn for face-to-face attention. Any guesses as to why they yearn for face-to-face attention? Because their Gen X parents are such workaholics, they've neglected them of that face-to-face attention. So you go home and you all think about that tonight, okay? We don't know what their decision-making method is because their Gen X parents are like, I'm the parent, you're the child, you're not making decisions. And we don't know what percentage of the workforce they are because they're just now entering the workforce, which the worst mistake you can make is calling a Gen Z or a millennial, because number one, millennials hate being called millennials. So right now, everybody needs to take that M word out of their vocabulary. It doesn't exist. They hate it, and Gen Z hates it even more. The millennials are 25 to 40-ish, which makes me a little uncomfortable because it's really hard to compare a 28-year-old and a 38-year-old, okay? Here, 24 to 12 are your Gen Zs, and they're very different than millennials. All right, let's move on. What you have to be worried about is they are clashing with Gen Y, the millennials, pretty dramatically because they show up to work on time, they shake hands, they make eye contact, they're dressed professionally. They have a formal signature on their email. Like they email me, Dr. Furman, I apologize for not coming to class next week. I apologize for the inconvenience. And I'm like, you're not inconveniencing me, but okay. But I've already met with my classmates. I'm gonna make up what I missed, sincerely signature. These are my millennials, texted me in the middle of the night. Yo, Mel. When's our next exam? And I'm like, yesterday. Oh, can I make it up? No. Can I get extra credit? No. Next thing I know, mom and dad's calling me. Johnny missed his exam. No, I know. Can he make it up? No. Can he get extra credit? No. Well, I'm calling the dean. I am the dean. Like, no. So very, very different. Okay, so let's keep moving. What we're worried about with this generation is that they are forced to behave like adults as children. We, Gen Z, we have them doing budgeting in middle school. We have them picking careers in middle school. Picking a career is a very adult decision. So we're expecting them to behave like adults as children, not healthy, by the way. And we're curious that when they actually get out into the workforce, can they really do this thing called adulting? I don't have time to give examples and go into it, but if you want to know more, you can reach out to me and I can give you some more information about that. Okay, so many of your Gen Xers are experiencing burnout, and they are very comfortable with doing things their way. So if, my young folks, you show up and you get this in your face, don't just turn around and quit and peace out. Be patient, build a relationship with them, because they can answer your why. They just don't have time. I don't have time to explain to them why we do what we do. So find when they have more time and they can explain it to you. Okay? Do you all know what this is? That's a high-end typewriter. Boomers may be feeling a little obsolete, and they're not going anywhere. So reinvent them. Give them opportunities to reinvent and recharge them. And they are awesome mentors for your millennials. They gave birth to them, okay? And so don't just write them off and wait, count the days till they retire. Use them. They have so much expertise to provide you. Don't think that the millennials are trophy kids. I hate when I hear that, because here's what I'm going to say to you. Who is giving them the trophies? Were they giving themselves the trophies? No, their parents were. And here, at the end of the day, everybody wants a trophy. Everybody wants to be rewarded across all generations. Everybody wants feedback. And so how many of you have performance reviews? How often are they? Quarterly? Yes.
They're not performance, they're coaching.
You're awesome. He's on it. Y'all need to listen to him. So most people have an annual performance review. That is so dated and obsolete and not engaging your young professionals. Right now, they put something on social media and they instantly get 1,000 pieces of feedback. But yet when they show up in your workplaces, they only get it once a year, and most of the time you rush through it. Where here, this gentleman said they have quarterly coaching reviews, and that is great, because you're not necessarily reviewing their performance, you're having a conversation with them and helping them grow and develop. But here's what I'm gonna tell you, my young folks. If you're not getting the feedback that you need and want, ask for it, okay? Go to the next one. The younger generations want to make a difference, so think about your impact and bring that impact into focus. Every single one of your organizations, you should be able to drill down to your impact. The youngest generation of Gen Z cares a whole lot about your corporate values or your social responsibility. So if you cannot clearly articulate and demonstrate that you're living the values of your organization, they may not want to come work for you, okay? The younger generations like everything personalized, so my millennials, hold up your phones. I know you have them out within arm's reach. Everybody kind of look around at the phones at your table. Okay, Gen X, hold up your phone and or phones. All right, so what you may notice is the younger folks, all of their phone cases are personalized. Like it's sparkles, it's football, it's something personalized. And then you see Gen X and it's like black, white, whatever came free with the case. And if it's something fancy, it's because your kids or grandkids bought it for you and you felt bad, so you put it on, right? So to this point, the gentleman made up front is the one-size-fits-all consistency that HR loves to preach to y'all. That's obsolete, sorry, HR. It's dated. You now have to think about all of your employees as individuals and get to know them individually, and you need to coach them. And you're not going to coach your quarterback the same way you're going to coach your offensive lineman. Okay? Answer their why, and if it's because I said so or that's the way we've always done it, you need to rethink. The young people expect and demand innovation. So if your organizations are not demonstrating, eating, living, breathing innovation, they're out. Okay, so I'm going to close here, and y'all, here's what's super cool. I can do this in 3 minutes or less because it's not rocket science. It's really very, very simple, which I already said. The first thing you need to do is you need to care. And Gen X is like, do I really need to care, or can I just pretend like I care? You not only need to care, you need to communicate that you care. And that's where some of you may not be great at communicating that. People want to know that you care about them. And you have to stop thinking of them as millennials or boomers or Gen X or compartmentalizing or giving them whatever label you want to give them, you need to start thinking of them as individuals and understand that every single one of them has a different lens in how they see the world. And you don't have to like their lens, you don't have to agree with their lens, but you have to respect their lens, okay? Because everybody comes from a different upbringing, different background. And so the more that you can learn about yourself and you can learn about others, so if any of you have access to assessments that you can take, and we talked about this in the women's program this morning, you need to learn about who you are, your biases, your blind spots, your strengths, your preferences, your communication styles. And then once you know that, you need to learn that about all of your people. And then you need to adjust and meet somewhere in the middle. Because you don't ever want to assume anything. Because if you assume that someone's older, they don't know how to use technology, or the young people are like IT support, you don't want to do that. You're compartmentalizing. And so to get to know your people, you have to be approachable and available. And again, this is where my older folks are struggling with this. You're so stressed, you're so overworked, you're doing a job of 3 people, you're balancing all this stuff. And so I was like, okay, we need to schedule care time on your calendar. And they're like, really? I said, no, you do. And it has to be daily, self-care and the care of others, and you have to be approachable and available so these young people can learn from you. And focus on the similarities. Think about that exercise we did. Go back to your offices. Music is a great thing to bring people together. So maybe on Fridays, wear your favorite concert t-shirt day, right? Mine's going to be the Guns N' Roses, Metallica, Faith No More concert. My U2 concert, you know? Backstreet Boys? Yeah, sweet. So focus on the similarities, not the differences. Okay, who is this? Okay, you make me feel so much better because my college students are like, Karate Kid? That's the movie with like Will Smith's son. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, so real quick, 80s references, name the movie. This is our time. This is our time down here. Don't feed him after midnight. Ludicrous Speed. Spaceballs. Yes. Something about, I'll just say Goose. Yeah, okay. I feel like I need to teach a class of nothing but all of the fun 80s movies that my college students have no idea what I'm talking about. Okay, this right here is you need to be someone's Mr. Miyagi. Okay? If you take the experience and the work ethic and the resiliency of the older generations and you take them with the ambition and the innovation and the creativity of the younger generation and you put them together, your organizations are freaking amazing. But you have to be Mr. Miyagi, right? Because Daniel's son was like super annoying, right? Like he was like always in his face and he was breaking his bonsai and he was like doing all this stuff. And what did Mr. Miyagi do? He was emotionally mature and he was calm, wax on, wax off, and he helped him be better. Somebody mentored you at some point, so now it's your job to lean in and mentor them. So rather than do this, lean in instead. Okay, so in closing, my last slide here is this whole 45-minute thing you sat through today was a diversity training, because that's what this is. Recognizing and understanding that everybody has something to bring to the table and they all have a different lens, and to stop compartmentalizing. Help them grow professionally and emotionally so they get to that maturity level that you need them to be to bring your organization into the future and to be successful into the future. So that's all I got. Here's my contact information. If you have any questions, Terry does have a handout. We didn't tell you that on the front end. That she's going to email to all of you that has everything that was in my slides, so don't worry if you missed something. And if you have any questions, anything you want, reach out to me. And if you want, you can follow me on LinkedIn. I curate a lot of articles about this topic and my other topics. You know that they come from reliable resources, and I'd love to connect with you on LinkedIn. So thank you for having me. I'm 1 minute over. Not bad.
Hi, welcome to Monroe Walton Center for the Arts. Today we're in my messy office because the gallery and shop are busy and kind of noisy. It's Dino Day here in Monroe. It's one of the big event days that Monroe does We do Unicorn Day in April, and then we do Dino Day in September. And then next month we have Fall Fest coming up on the 8th of October. But we've got workshops going on. We have an acrylic pour workshop going on, a clay pottery project, which is building a dinosaur and glazing it, face painting, and then lots of dinosaur items for sale. So it's a really fun day. Lots of families have been out today and kids, and it's just so much fun. So much fun to do. 12 to 15 of our artists who are going to set up pop-up shops outside the Art Center. Of course, the city also has the farmers market and the artisans that sign up through the city as well. So tons of shopping opportunities, getting a jump on your Christmas shopping, and just fun family activities. Costume contests for pets and for people. So don't forget that. Also, hopefully in mid-October, it might be the beginning of November, but hopefully by mid-October, we'll have our tickets on sale for the Christmas tour. The Christmas home tour is really shaping up. I think we've got 8 homes on the tour, and a couple of lofts downtown, which is really kind of fun to see how people live and decorate in the lofts above the businesses downtown. It will almost be a walking tour. So far it's kind of shaping up that a lot of the homes are kind of close to each other. There are a couple of homes that are out of town that you'd have to drive to. Shirley Smith's house is on the tour. Some of y'all may know her as the Christmas lady. She lives out on Double Springs Road, I think. Her home is on the tour, and it's just fabulously decorated, worth the drive. But a lot of the homes are here in downtown, and so that will be fun to just be able to walk to a lot of the homes. So that's December 10th. Mark that on your calendar. It's a fundraiser for us and for the Monroe Junior Women's Club. And I believe we're kind of doing a tandem add-on with the McDaniel Titchener House. We are kind of firming up some plans with them, so we'll be announcing more about that later, but perhaps a candlelight tour of a couple of extra homes, like from 5 to 7 o'clock that evening, and a reception and cookies and stuff at the McDaniel Titchener House. So it's kind of special and kind of different this year. Still firming that up, but I think that's going to happen. So we've got tons of events, tons of classes going on. I'm really pleased. We have Camden Ecker here now, who is teaching our oils painting class. She's proctoring an open studio, also teaching drawing, kind of 101 kind of class, and private lessons. So she is a very realistic, kind of a classical painter. So she is a great addition to who we have here as teachers. So really pleased about that. And then we also have our usual things going on ASAP. The After School Arts program had a delayed start this year, but it's going to start in October. Pottery is going on. The adult pottery classes, I think, are mostly full, but Rebecca is keeping a wait list. So if you're interested in pottery, the sooner you get on that wait list, the better. So don't let that deter you from contacting us. So come by, pick up a class list. It's always updated. I update it because we're always adding new things in. Update it at least weekly, if not a couple of times a week, because we have new things coming up. So come by, get one of these. Go to our website, MonroeWaltonArts.org. You'll see everything on there that we offer. Photographs, details, how to register, fees, all of that is on our website. So come see us. We have lots of fun things going on. And on the 8th, it will also be kind of a soiree day for us on October 8th. And so we'll have a pottery project. It's a ghost votive. It's super cute. I should have brought it in here to show. But we'll have a ghost votive that you will make. And I'm not sure what other walk-in workshops. We'll have face painting for sure. So we might have 1 or 2 other workshops that day, so that's on October 8th. So come see us soon. Thanks.
If you like old-time country music, or some people refer to it as mountain music, every third Saturday here at the Art Guild, a bunch of people get together from 1 to about 4, and they just play good old country music.
Hi, I'm Jody Johnson. I'm here at the new South Walton Community Center, and boy, it is really nice in here. The citizens are really enjoying coming out here, so get a chance to come down to Social Circle. If you're a member at Felker or Meridian, you're also a member here at South Walton now. It's not crowded at all, so it's a great place to come work out. We have all brand new equipment upstairs here at the community center. We have a 1/14 mile walking track, so if it's raining like it's been doing every day or too humid outside to really get any exercise in, it's a great place to come and walk, exercise. We have a free weights all downstairs, so great place to come and to work out. We've actually moved our administrative office here also, so make sure if you're a new person to come in, you want to talk to me, just ask for Jody, and my office is right here at the community center. So also want to let you know about our basketball program that's getting started. Some of the games will be here at the community center at South Walton, at Felker, and at Meridian Park, and at our gym at Nowell. It's September 12th through the 17th. The cost is $95 for everybody that wants to participate. We have ages 5 through 18-year-olds. So make sure you come in and register. Most people will register online. Just go to waltoncountyga.gov to get registered for that. Again, the cost is $95 and from ages 5 through 18. So we have a lot of kids to play. Last year we had over 1,000 kids participate in our youth basketball program. So we're looking forward to getting that started. We're actually it's getting close to Labor Day, which means all of our fall sports programs are all underway. Our baseball and softball and soccer programs and our cross country have all started and have been participating. And we'll keep going through the 1st of October. Our football program, which Monroe, Loganville, and Walnut Grove are all participating in the North Georgia Youth Football Association, and they'll start on September 10th, and they'll play at all the local high schools this year. You know, the high school's getting upgraded to all new turf fields. The kids are really excited about going and playing at their local high schools where they eventually will play their high school football. They'll also be traveling all over from Oconee to Winder. The league goes all the way up to even Raven, even though we don't play them in the regular season. It's all part of the North Georgia Youth Football League. So it's a huge football league, and we're looking forward to seeing how our youth stack up against all of the teams in the North Georgia region. So looking forward to all of our fall sports. Don't forget basketball registrations coming up, and when you can, come join one of these community centers and let's stay fit, Walton County. So remember, sportsmanship starts at home, and we'll see you at a park real soon. Thank you very much. Oh, by the way, the Air Splash Park in between has been doing great. It had another fantastic year where we had over 15,000 people that attended the Splash Park. We had a lot of birthday parties. Every weekend, every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday was booked throughout the year. So we do appreciate everyone coming out and supporting the Splash Park. Unfortunately, we will be closing just before Labor Day. You know, the attendance has really gotten down. The weather has not helped out a whole lot, and it's you know, with school in, we're only open 4 to 6 anyway, but we are closing the Friday before Labor Day. You know, that's kind of been the plan all along. And we'll open up again next year in May, and we look forward to a third fantastic season. We do have pickleball out there and the dog park that is located out at Ayers Park. The pickleball's been well attended. We're opening up the brand new Frisbee golf course out there in between. We've got signage that's going up as we speak, and there is about a quarter of a mile, or actually a half a mile, nature trail. And I can't guarantee it, but there's a lot of deer out there. So if you want to see some nature, lots of squirrels and deer and all out there. So Frisbee golf course, it's kind of to the in the woods, the large pine trees. People in the parking lot to the right, and then the pickleball courts that are first come, first serve. I'm sure if you go out there, whoever's playing would probably love to either teach you the game, play, rotate games in. It's just kind of like a friendly family type game. So I know my family tries to go out every Sunday, every chance we get, and have a family outing and rotate the players in. So go out to Ayers Park, and we look forward to next May when we will open it back up. Thank you very much.
Living life to the fullest. Emphasis on living. This is what makes life, life. Yet how much of life are we willing to miss out on? Untreated hearing loss affects our mobility. It increases the risk of falls by 50%. Good hearing health is essential to staying engaged and doing what we love. Hear well and stay vital. Get a hearing health check every year.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.